In this video, we will talk about how to render our page with data from database. First, let's set up the basic routing for product page. We need to install React Router DOM node package to enable this feature. This package allows us to navigate through different components, like visiting regular browser URL. Open terminal window, type command npm I React Router DOM to install this package. Open our apps.js file, import React Router DOM package, and create two variables named router and root. Browser router as router, it means we rename the variable with a different name. Wrap all the components inside router tags. Wrap the content components with root tags. Give a property named path equals / followed by exact keyword. It means the browser URL has to be 100% matching with /. Any other URLs will not work. Now we have finished the basic routing for product page. Before we move on to the next step, we have to add a proxy field to the package.json file. Set proxy value to HTTP localhost port number 4000. The reason we need to add a proxy is that the backend server URL is HTTP localhost port number 4000. Our front-end server URL is HTTP localhost port number 3000. They have the same URL, but with different port numbers. The modern browsers will treat them as two different domain names. By default, they don't allow different domains or sharing resources from scripts. For web security concerns, if you would like to know more in depth, please visit the following link. Setting proxy can make our API URL acting like inside the same domain. It will not cause the browser cross-origin resource sharing violation error. After we update the package.json file, we need to restart both our backend and front-end servers to make it work. Next, we will make HTTP request call to fetch our product's data. We need to install the Axios node package. Axios is the most popular JavaScript library to perform HTTP requests in Node.js. Open terminal window again. Type command npm I Axios. Go back to our code editor. Open app.js file. Import Axios node package. Also import use effects and use state functions from React. Use states and use effects are React hooks function in React version 6.8. Use states is the updated version of React states. Use effects is the replacement for a component data mount function. Here is the link if you would like to know more about it. First, define an array with two parameters, products and set products, using useStates hook function. This statement creates a variable named products and a function named set products. The parameter inside a useState function is the initial value for product variable. We set it to an empty array here. useStates hook always create a variable name, followed by a function. They have specific rules for naming convention. It must be starting with set keywords, followed by variable name. The first character must be capitalized. UseEffect hook is the replacement for a component dataMount function. It runs every time when the component is re-rendered. Inside the hook function, create an async function to make HTTP request. This async function must be a regular function, cannot be ex6 arrow function. After the callback function, add an empty array parameter. This array parameter is extremely important. It can monitor any variable updates in the array. If the variable gets updated value, it will trigger the component to re-render. Axios is straightforward to use. Set HTTP method to get, pass the API URL. After get the response results, call setProduct function to assign result data to product variable. We define the function and we still need to call it to execute. When we get the state data ready, we pass it as a props to content component. The last step is to render the data in components. First, let's create a products.js file under components folder. It will create a single product component. Type sfc and press tab key. Open content.js file and layout folder. Copy one block of HTML code and paste into product.js file. Next, we import this single products component into our content.js file. Pass props as content function parameter. Creates product variable through props. Products variable is an array. Use array map methods to assign products as props to each single product component. So, single product components gets the data through the props passing down from the content component. In single product component, extract the data from props. The data is including product model fields such as name, description, price, images, stocks, etc. and pass each variable into HTML code by using curly braces. We will see our update components in the browser window. Next, we create one more product with backend API in Postman. We refresh our product page. Everything is working as expected. Now we have finished today's lesson. Next time we will talk about how to refactor our code using React Redux.